I did too, with PVC-based plastic.
Yeah, so this.
Okay, so you got an ounce of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's hygiene. This is a 20-minute show.
Oh, yeah. I read
That's going to vary based on temperature.
Look, because we want to have a good surface coming off the mirror, we're going to actually put some straight on here.
Yeah. Company names around from leather because we have always worked in leather.
Yeah.
But,
New technology, you gotta go with it.
Well,
yeah, and
done
there's
this for
things you
instrument
can't,
panels,
real
so
funky. Or
lay up a panel like
big
this and then
plastic
tie
up,
out so we can gauge this.
molded around the
You know, and this is a flat part. You could get through this,
flashlight.
same thing.
Yeah,
shape mold.
exactly. And you're half, 30 minutes and you're done.
Yeah, whereas leather, you have to
Leather
work with.
is
People ever use the cardboard on the bottom and
fine.
That's the
Not too often on boats. There's some high-end boats.
That's because
sometimes
of
it takes a long time to make the first part. Like once you make it on the molds and stuff,
I mean, I
actually
definitely
roll
will.
apart. But once you get all that initial reproduction, this part and next part, this part just on and on. And they're all exactly the same. The manufacturer is no difference.
Amazing.
That's one thing I love about this. Just one stuff. You have this bone and stuff, and you make parts on mold and when it comes out, it's just so light, so strong. It's unbelievable. The strength compared to just
Right, it's the tape.
put a piece of foam core in it. It's just
So part of what we're watching here is we kind of want the pattern of this cloth to come out fairly straight. And actually, if you're doing a performance part, fiber orientation is really important. So if you noticed, I had tape, masking tape around the perimeter of the cloth, and part of the reason for that is so it would hold its shape better as we moved it. If you notice on that panel, there's actually a spot in the corner where the fibers are all screwed up. I'm going to tape it this morning. So, a lot of times, with wet layup vacuum bagging, well, with wet layup vacuum bagging, you gotta do a good job getting the air out of the laminate. It will help. It will get some of the excess bubbles out when you put it under vacuum, but it doesn't compensate for doing a poor job to begin with.
Did you have to wax the mirror, or?
I did wax the mirror. Now, if it was a bigger panel, we would probably perforate the core on 4-inch centers so that we wouldn't get any air bubbles locked under it because it's relatively small.
Is that a vinyl foam core?
Yeah, this is it's Divinycell, it's PVC. And then we're actually just going to lay up the other piece right smack dab on here.
yeah. Well, see, with this stuff, once you separate it, it will heal just as easy as it is to rip it in. But what happens is, especially with carbon, inside, the carbon vent can compress this way, and the carbon vent is on this side. So because you're that much difference in thickness, the strength of it is sort of if you want to make it really strong parts, you can also add different strengtheners in there, like just straight on it, just tie it together. That's good. That depends on how big you want Really? Yeah,
So he's thin.
It's something about it that's so much longer. It's not just like that. Take the walls down,
Right? I think so.
We'll probably know if they have the layer of stone. It's just 10 layers fire? This is quite a bit of carbon. Yeah,
I think it'd be something.
Right. Doubling the thickness of the core. So you
But even that's an 8-inch diameter cell, it'll be a little bit bigger than that, but you'll still have a lot more
It's
strength.
got a lot of conflict.
Yeah, no, this is a pure play. Pure play.
Maybe that's for a part of the team. Even when ones are too heavy, some of them stone inside and everything.
The glass is a little easier to laminate because you can see through it. Carbon, because it's opaque, you gotta either get some experience or work it a little extra just to make sure you're okay. Which is partly why I painted down epoxy before we put the carbon down. Yeah, if it was thin glass, we'd probably just put the glass down and then wet right through it.
you wouldn't want to laminate it. Sort of bonding two things together.
I don't do that. No, you're good. I didn't. Take mine off. Alright, so pill ply goes down next. And the pill ply provides a link, a weak link, and we can pull this off afterwards. It also will provide a texture surface if we wanted to bond to it. Another benefit to pill ply is that if you get it down smooth, any wrinkles that are on top of it, you know, like if you had a wrinkle in the bag, if it was a complex part, or you saw how we had excess bag in the other one, any of those wrinkles that get resin in them will come off on top of the pill ply, so you still have a smooth part. This right here is a perforated release film, and the reason we use this is so it will allow excess resin to come through into the breather, but it doesn't allow an unlimited amount. So if you put down your pill ply and skip this and then put down your breather, especially in a thin laminate like this, you can actually pull too much resin out and your laminate will be too dry. It won't be strong enough. So this will limit, it'll let us get excess out, increase our fiber to resin ratio, but not cause us to be too weak.
Is that going to pull resin from the other side?
So Well, when we put it under pressure, yeah, resin will squirt out through those holes and into this
It'll
breather.
squirt out from underneath the thing.
Yeah.
You want to put it? Excuse me.
So what we got here, we're putting 2 different cups in. And we're doing them on different sides of the bag. This side right here actually will be our vacuum port. And over here we're going to stick a vacuum gauge, and that'll allow us to make sure that we're pulling vacuum through the whole part. You can slow down.
Oh no, that's the crack. Yeah, it's basically putty on the outside. Oh, is that the yellow stuff is a bit more temperature resistant than the other stuff, but we use it just because it's a little more on the sticky side and comes in a much thicker bit, so
Made that part with the
yeah. This is fine.
Supported on each end.
Well, fairly sure not there.
Maybe you put them on that.
If you guys want, you can stick it up between 2 blocks and stand on it. I don't know if it'll break or not. Do it at your own risk.
He experimented with that, so that one might not be.
Well, you're not down over the gorge, that's fine.
So we're using quick disconnects on here. When you disconnect these actually seal up.
So you can take the line off and still maintain your,
Yeah.
your vacuum.
If you got a good seal, I've had a customer that he'll do that. He'll pull it down and pull it off. I don't trust it.
I wouldn't I don't
But
trust
if for some
myself.
reason you need to pull it off real quick, it's convenient.
Do that here.
Well, if you have the gauge on there, you can keep an eye on it.
Yeah, if you got a gauge on,
Conceal it by
well, you're gonna hear some.
barrier.
I like it.
Seven.
Yeah.
We're good. It'll go. This pump is a little slow. So this pump we're using right here is pretty much, we have 3 pumps and they're pretty much equivalent to the amount of vacuum they'll pull. There's a slight difference, but they'll all pull about at full atmosphere. This pump is the smallest. It only moves in free air. It moves a cubic foot in half a minute. The other ones move 4 and 6 cubic feet of air a minute. That only matters when you're initially pulling the bag down and trying to get all the excess air out. If you're having a hard time getting the bag down because you got a leak, you can take a shot vac and hook it up to the bag, and that'll remove a whole lot more air quickly, but it doesn't have the same power. So that'll help you at least get the bag down, and they can identify where leaks are and get them patched.
So for big parts, do you use a vacuum?
Yeah, I broke it.
Hey, man.
Experiment. Well, look, he's 200
Yeah,
pounds.
exactly. It's 3.
Is he? Wow.
No, actually.
I feel good about myself.
Just collapsed the boom. Right.
Yeah.
So that's what Layup vacuum bag is. You got any questions?